All right, let's go over the steps we learned yesterday. Notice that I typed it up for you so you don't have to write it all down today. I must have thrown them away. Okay, so step 1, when you have variables on both sides, what is step 1? So put if there's parentheses, you have to do distributive property, yes? Your next step, you have to combine any like terms on the left side of the equal sign and any like terms on the right side of the equal sign, yes? Step 3, you're going to move all the variables to one side. And which way are we going to move them so that we all do it the same? But on your assignment, do you have to go to the left? No. Okay, but for notes, we're going to go to the left. Then we're going to add or subtract to move the constant. Then we're going to multiply or divide to move the coefficient. Are we good? These are your possible answers. Remember that I told y'all there's special equations yesterday, yes? There are special equations. This is a normal equation. This is just one answer. So, one solution. That's your most normal equation, that you just get a solution. What is your answer if you get something that looks like this? Say it. No solution. These are parallel lines. That means they will never touch, yes? What is it if you get an answer that looks like this? I can't hear. Infinite solutions. What do we say we could write for that? All real numbers. What kind of lines are these? What kind of lines? If I was to graph the lines, what would they be? They're not parallel. They're on top of each other. They're the same lines. I knew what you thought. They're the same lines. Okay, I'm going to go over it again. If you get something like this, that means that's the only answer. Where the two lines meet, that's the only place where they will meet. Most of your answers will be this, yes? If they're parallel lines and they go like this, are they ever going to meet? There will be no solution. And if they're the same line, then they fall on top of each other and they meet everywhere. They meet here, 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 all the way down the line, and that's all real numbers, yes? All right, let's go through and do these. And let's go through our steps. All right, number 1. Do you see any parentheses? No. Actually, I'm going to make y'all do this first. What's the first thing you think I'm going to make you do? Nope. I'm going to make you put it in your calculator and get the correct answer. But do we have to show our work? Yes. All right. 7. Is that a subtraction or a negative? So 7 minus 8x, tab down. 4x minus 17. And Andrea, Abigail might need help because she wasn't here on Friday when I taught this. Second trace, 5. She might even need to fix her windows. Enter, enter, enter. So look what I would do right away. I would go like this. No matter what I do, as long as I show my work, am I going to get this correct? Yes. If you do the work, then you try to figure it out. And if you still can't figure it out, at least I got it right. Right? I mean, at least I'm trying to get 100 over here. All right, y'all ready? My first thing, can I combine any like terms on the left or the right? No. Do I need to move all the x's to the left? And I do that by adding or subtracting. So how would I move positive 4x? subtract 4x. Whatever I do to the right, I have to do. And would I put it with the 7 or the 8x? All right, so minus 4x. I'm going to simplify. This is now gone. Now, when I combine this 8x and this 4x, they both have what kind of value? Because if I change, that shows me that 8 is negative. Yes? So I have 7 plus, what is negative 8 plus negative 4? So negative 12x equals, and what kind of value does this 17 have? Negative 17. All right, my goal is to get the x by itself, so I need to move the constant by adding or subtracting. How am I going to move 7? So I have negative 12x equals, and again, that's negative 17 plus negative 7, which is negative 24. I move the coefficient by division. And what is negative 24 divided by negative 12? So did I get it right? Yes, so all my work is good. I can move on to the second one. So what do y'all think I should do first? But stop and look at it. What do y'all notice?
It's the same.
This is going to be the exact same line as this one. Do y'all agree? So if I go put that in my calculator, it's not going to really help me. 7x plus 1 and 7x plus 1. If I hit second trace option 5, you're going to notice when it graphs it, it's the same line on top of the other. The intersection, they're like, well, there's one intersection here, it's 0. And that's true. There is an intersection at 0, but we know better. There's an intersection everywhere because they are the exact same line, yes? So my answer is going to be all real numbers. The calculator will not give you that. So you had to notice that they are the exact same. It says error? So I bet these calculators will just give you a random intersection and y'all just say error. So if you say it's error, you either put it in wrong or it's no solution or all real numbers. Okay? But you know because it's the same line, right? All right, here we go. Let's show our work. I would subtract 7w. And right here, I know that it's going to be a special equation because what is 7w minus 7w? And anytime I have 0x or 0w, it's either going to be all real numbers or no solution. Plus 1 equals 1. All right, subtract 1. And I have 0w equals 0. What is 0w? What's 0 times anything?
0.
So I have 0 equals 0. So look at the top. If you get 0 equals 0, your answer is all real numbers. Are we good? All right, let's go to the next one. What's the first thing I should do? Put in my calculator. So Andrea, make sure Abigail's okay. Check it with mine to make sure you put it in exactly correct. Did everybody put it in correctly? Show her where the X button is too. Then you hit second trace, option 5. Enter, enter, enter. And there's my answer. So I know this has to be my answer, yes? All right, here we go. First step, are there any parentheses to get rid of?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do 9x minus 5 equals. I have to distribute a fourth. Could I change that to 25 cents?
Yes.
Yeah, so or could I just divide by 4 because it's the same thing as multiplying by a quarter? All right, what is 16 times a fourth? What's a fourth of 16?
4.
So 4x plus,
15.
what's a fourth of 60?
15.
15. All right, I got rid of all my parentheses, so I'm good to go. Are there any like terms on the left to combine? No. Are there any like terms on the right to combine? No. My next step is to move all the x's to the left. How would I move 4x? Whatever I do to the right, I have to do to the left. So what's 9x minus 4x?
5x.
Minus 5 equals 15. Add 5. So I have 5x equals 20. Divide by 5. And I get x equals 4. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Do y'all want to try the next one on your own? What's the first thing you're going to do, though? Put it in your calculator and solve it there. Check your first step with mine. Now, if I got it wrong by the way I worked it out, and I know the answer's 3, I'm going to go try to figure out where I messed up, because this is all about learning, yes? If I still can't figure it out, I'm going to leave my answer as x equals 3, and maybe when I see my friend the next day, ask if they figured out how to do it, or come ask me, the teacher, yes? So that I can learn from my mistakes. But I'm still going to get the answer correct, yes? All right, let's try the next one. I need to do distributive property. So I have 9x plus, what's 9 times 3?
27.
27. Stop and tell me, what do you see?
They have the same variance.
They have the same, what's that called?
Slope.
They have the same slope. What is it called when two lines have the same slope? They're called parallel lines. Will these ever intersect? Okay, put it in your calculator. Your calculator will give you an error. Even if you put it in correctly, put it in with the parentheses too. It'll do it for you. Like put in the original, 9x plus 12, and then put in 9 open parentheses x plus 3, close parentheses. Hit second trace 5. Hit enter, 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 and it gave you a what? Okay, now if you can't see, like we're so zoomed out in our windows that we can't see if it's parallel or the same, it kind of looks like the same line, doesn't it? Because we're so zoomed out. If I want to zoom in, I can change my window to -10, +10. And if I want to look at it, again, I hit graph. And you will see that those are parallel lines. They are not the same line. Yes? So I already know if two parallel lines, what is my answer going to be? No solution. But I'm going to go show my work. All right, here we go. Subtract 9x. I got 0x. So I know my answer is either all real numbers or no solution because I got 0x. Yes? All right, plus 12 equals 27. Minus 12. So I have 0x equals 15. What's 0 times x?
0.
So I have 0 equals 15. Does 0 really equal 15? No. So the answer is no solution. But the reason is they are parallel lines. Yes? All right, try this last one on your own. See if you can figure out what the answer is. Did your calculator give you the answer? No? So it's probably a special equation, yes? You can look at the graph and see, is it the same line or is it parallel? What was it? It's the same line, right? Look at it once I do distributive property. They're the exact. So my answer is going to be all real numbers. If I want to show my work, minus 6a, I get 0a plus 6 equals 6. Subtract 6 and I get 0a equals 0, which is just 0 equals 0. And that's a true statement. So all real numbers. Are we good? All right, let's try some word problems. Do you remember what I told y'all for these? You're going to have a left side, you're going to have an equal sign, you're going to have a right side. Are there going to be variables on both sides? Yes, because that's what we're learning right now. All right, here we go. Suppose your club, I guess you don't have to, but you should. Suppose your club is selling candles to raise money. It costs $100 to rent a booth from which to sell the candles. If the candles cost your club $1 each and are sold for $5 each, how many candles must be sold to equal your expenses? All right, so let's look. Our cost needs to equal our what? That's our cost, our expenses, yes? What does our cost need to equal? No, cost and expenses is the same thing. No, I'm not asking for a number. It needs to equal how many we sell, guys. Like our... All right, so let's come up with our expenses. How much do they cost? For us to make them. $1 each. Did y'all hear a clue word?
Each.
How would I write that? 1x. All right. Is there any other cost involved with these?
Plus 100.
I have to rent a booth for $100, yes? All right, plus 100. And how much do I sell them for?
$5.
$5 each. So what I just did is I set up an equation that's going to tell me how many I need to sell to basically break even and make no money but don't lose money. Right? Yes or no? All right. So how would I solve this?
Bring the variable to the left side.
Am I going to be left with anything if I bring the variables to the left?
No.
So could I bring them to the right?
Yep.
Yeah? If I bring them to the left, can I just leave 0 on the right? Yeah. So which way do y'all want to do it? You bring it to the left, okay? Minus 5x. So I have, what's 1 minus 5? Negative 4x plus 100. What's left on the right side? Nothing, right? 0? Okay. How do I get rid of 100? All right, I'm going to move it over here. I have negative 4x equals negative 100. Now what do I need to do? Divide by negative 4. And what is x? that a good answer? No, I need a label. 25 candles. So, if I don't sell 25 candles, I lose money. Yes? If I sell 25 candles, am I making money? No, I broke even. So I got to sell a lot more just to make money. Yes? All right, turn the page. These are easy ones. We've been doing these, right? All right, they gave you the width. What is the width? W. What is the length? And they gave you the? So can I make an equation? All right, how do you find perimeter? Add all the sides. So you could do width plus length, or could I do 2 times width plus 2 times length? Yes? Okay, I'm going to do it like that. 2 times length plus 2 times width is equal to perimeter. That's the formula that was on like your 4th grade star chart, yes? All right, so let's fill it in. 2 times, what is the length? Minus 4, close parentheses, plus 2 times width is just 2W, equals, what is the perimeter? 22 plus 2W. Can I solve this in my calculator? Yep, let's go do it. All right, 2, open parentheses, 3x minus 4. Remember, we don't put W's or A's or B's, we just put X's, plus 2x, and then this side, 22 plus 2x. Second, trace 5. Hey, y'all look at my screen real quick. Remember how I changed my windows? Can I see the intersection? No, so it's not going to solve it for me. So I got to go change it. All right. Then you're putting something in wrong, or you need to reset your calculator. All right, x equals, or w equals 5. Is that the answer, though?
No.
What did it ask for? Adon, to reset your calculator, hit second plus 712. All right, so the width is 5. Do y'all agree? And then change your windows again to negative 300, positive 300. The length is 3 times 5, which is, and 15 minus 4 is, all right, I found the length and the width. Now the next one's different. We haven't seen this yet. So what is it asking for? Find the perimeter of the square. Well, I know to find the perimeter, I would add all the sides, but can I really find that? Tell me about squares. Okay, so with what you just said, can I make an equation to solve for x? Why? Because all the sides are the, so what does that mean about these two things? They equal each other, yes? So 3x equals what? Do y'all understand why? Squares have all sides that are the same. All right, let's solve. You can do it by hand. You can do it in your calculator. Is it working now? Okay. Anytime your calculator starts acting crazy, reset it. I solved for x. Did I solve for the perimeter? So would I get this question right? Nope. So if x is 4, what is this side?
12.
What is this side? What is this side? And this one better be 12 if I plug in 4 for x, right? 5 times 4 is 20, and 20 minus 8 is 12. So how would I find the perimeter? Yeah, 12 plus 12 are just 12 times 4. So what is it? 48. 48. And did it tell me inches or anything? No. So just 48, maybe units, because we don't know them. Y'all try the next one on your own. Did you get x equals 2? And you plugged in 2 for x, and all the sides were what? So the answer for the perimeter was? All right, the last ones you're going to look at, it'll say find the value of x. What you need to know is this is a geometry lesson from 8th grade, so they're assuming you know it, but y'all didn't take 8th grade math, right? These are called adjacent angles. So this obtuse angle is equal to this obtuse angle, and these are two acute angles, and they are equal to each other as well. So you would just set up an equation that 4x minus 2 is equal to 5x minus 3, and then you would solve for x. So if there are angles that are across from each other, they are the same. So how would I set this one up? 1.15 plus 0.8x equals 2.3 minus 1.5x. What if they were on the same line? What if like this was right here? Y'all know the value of a line? The degrees? Yeah, so you would say like this plus this has to equal 180. Okay? I don't think there's anything like that. All right, let me pass out the assignment. All right, here's what we're going to do. You're going to do all of the questions. But on the front, you have to show your work. And check it in your calculator. On the back, you don't have to show your work. Like, you'll have to set up the equation. You see what I'm saying? So you'll have to set up the equation. So like 3x equals 5x minus 8. But I don't care if you do it in your calculator to get x. Do y'all understand the expectations? So where are you showing work? On the front. On the back, you just have to set up the equation, put it in your calculator. Is that going to be my answer, the value of x? No, it wants the perimeter. Okay, so once you solve for x, you have to plug that back in to see what those sides are. Are we okay? All right, like number 19 says the length, we're talking about a rectangle. The length is, let's see if I can help y'all set this up. So here's a rectangle. I would draw a picture. The length is 5 more than the width. So this length is the width plus 5. Do y'all agree? Here's the width. The perimeter is 9 times the width. Y'all want me to help you set up 22? All right, here's your rectangle. The length is 5 less than. What does that mean? They have to switch spots. So 2 times the width. 2w minus 5, and here's w. The perimeter is 22 more than twice the width. And then you can set it up like your notes. Where are you going to show your work? Okay. What are you going to make on this? Because you're going to check everything in your... All right.